Hi guys, welcome to the episode of The Final Whistle. This is episode 4 in season 2. I'm here with Yaga because obviously you can see Evan is not here, but Evan is in school right now. Let me pin him in. How you feeling, man?
Well, so far so good. It's been a challenge, but I'm enjoying the ride. School is fun, actually. Guys, stay in school.
School's not fun.
School's fun. That's the first time I heard that.
Stop lying to us. School's not fun.
Stay in school. Weekends I get to do this thing, so it's fun.
All right. So Evan is calling in because he's like 2.5 hours away, so he couldn't be here. And I guess I'm here with Yaga. We're gonna hold it down as always. We haven't recorded in 2 weeks, so we try to compile as many episodes. As many stuff that's happening as we can. So I guess let's start with the big game that we missed last week is Tottenham versus Spurs. Tottenham versus Spurs. Tottenham versus City.
Best City.
Yeah, I need a VAR review on that. Okay, so that was a crazy game. So Spurs and City played to a 2-2 tie, which, if you're going to be honest, that City could have won that game 5-0. Right? Because, they had like 30 shots. And
sometimes, that doesn't count. Spurs had only three shots on
target. 3 shots on goal.
And they scored 2 goals. So, that's football.
And the interesting about the third shot is the Harry Kane tried a long range shot from like midway point. That technique doesn't even count. So it's like 2 shots, 2 goals.
No, 3 shots, 2 shots on target.
Yeah, 2 goals. So, okay. What happened? Like, what was the... So I guess from a City fan, VAR would be to blame for a City fan. Is there VAR to blame, or was City to look at itself? Because they play some amazing football, though.
See, okay. The point is, you can't just blame... who's called that goal, actually? Gabriel Jesus, right?
Yeah, Jesus, yeah.
He's called that goal, and they claim it was a handball. But then it is a handball. The point is, the rules have been changed.
Yeah. As
compared to last season. Mm-hmm. So whether if there's a handball in the penalty box, it is a handball. They don't care how it happened.
Even deliberate or not. It's hard. It
is, but then I think it's sometimes, right, if you leave it up to the referee to the referee's discretion, it's not always right as well. We always end up blaming, the referee should have said this and done this and done that. I think the fair thing is, if it hits your hand, it's an handball.
But I think if that goal would have stood, I don't think people would be.
But it's not about what people will be saying. We want accuracy, right? Yeah. And that's what it is. That's what we have.
Evan.
Correct. I agree. I believe like the whole implementation of VAR is because of fairness. And quoting Mourinho, he said, people don't like VAR because they're thieves. I think the game that was played last weekend, Spurs and Man City, it was a good game. I predicted that City was going to win, but it didn't happen. The goal that
you didn't just predict. You predicted City would win without scoring.
You said Spurs has no chance of scoring a goal.
I said Spurs had no chance of scoring. And this is what I said. I said Man City was going to win 3-1.
No, you said 3-0.
No. He said
2-0.
You said Spurs has no chance of scoring the goal. That's what you said.
Yeah, I believe that. But my final prediction
is going to win.
Score, yeah.
And I told you Spurs was going to win 3-2.
Okay, bottom line is all of us were wrong.
Yeah. Correct. That's what I was going to say. All of us were wrong.
No mean to cut you off. Finish your thought. But I just wanted to call you out because I thought that you thinking that Spurs wouldn't score is a bit ridiculous, especially when City are not.
He thought it was going to be an easy road for Spurs.
It looked, honestly, to Evan's credit, it looked easy for a big part.
Like Man City outplayed them though. Like if
what's the score?
Okay. Evan, go ahead. Finish your point. We're gonna stay here all day.
But Man City. I, as I said before, I don't see anyone stopping them in this league at any point. Because like the way they're playing is like it's I don't know what word to use to describe their team. They're just like unstoppable. But to your point, last week's goal or the quote unquote goal that was not called for as a goal, I don't think it's a goal. I disagree. At first when I saw it, I thought it was a goal. And when Yaga and I were talking about it after the game, and I went back to watch the replay, I saw the referee's discretional decision made sense as to why they didn't call the goal. So I agree with what was discussed 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago, and I think it was good. It was a fair turnout for a competitive game like that.
I don't know.
It was last Saturday.
Yeah, but I don't think was it a fair result. I don't think that was a fair result.
It was a fair result.
No, I don't think on a balance of play, one team deserves to win, and I think City deserves to win.
Yeah, but that's the final football.
On a balance of play, though, I'm not saying who, because you are what you are. If you score 2 goals and the opponent scored 2 goals, that's tight. But on a balance of play, City played some amazing football.
City should have won. For you to have, listen, and I feel like
they should have won big. It wasn't his.
I feel like the argument about the fact that whether the last week should have stood or not.
Yeah.
That shouldn't even count.
Mm-hmm.
They should have won a long time ago. Yeah. So the fact that we're even talking about that, they had their chances.
Yeah.
And they weren't sharp up front. That's what it is.
But it was.
Hugo Lloris was also a big part of it. He made amazing saves. And
but there's one thing that I was watching the game, even. I was watching this game and I'm like, Man City plays amazing.
They do because they know
De Bruyne is an incredible player, right?
And I want to give you credit for that.
No, he's a player.
You stated that he's going to be the player of the season, and if he doesn't get whatever injured or anything, I think there's nothing stopping.
I honestly think pound for pound, he's the best player in the league.
That's what it looks like.
I agree. I second them.
It sucks for City, but I just think that they look good. They look good.
Amazing.
Today they played. Who they play against today?
They played against
Bournemouth, and they won 3-1. So I think we shouldn't worry about City, should we? It's not a team that we'll be like, okay, they're gonna come up. Now let's switch over to Spurs. Spurs lost today 1-0 against Newcastle, and we just finished watching it. Spurs, from their performance from last week, now that's the reason why I'm saying this. I think any other time, City could have won 3-4-0. How they played against Spurs.
Exactly.
Spurs don't look good, do they?
No, they don't.
Because remember the first game against Aston Villa, they came back, and they came back, and then they got lucky in this Man City game, and then they lose at home against the Newcastle side that's probably going to get relegated. Exactly. Are Spurs worry? Evan, I'm going to start with you. Are Spurs in for a shock?
So I think we've had this discussion before. I keep saying this over and over again. I don't see Spurs, again, being in the top 3 because right now we know for sure that there isn't any, it's already decided. But the first and the second is already decided.
Yeah.
I don't see Spurs finishing 3rd. Why? Because of 1, inconsistency that they do have. 2, as a team, I feel like they haven't really, they've had a coach that's been there for a while, whereby he's gradually implement the youth players into the first team to play Premier League football. But I feel like sometimes those, the breaks in between where a promoted kid from academy gets into first team doesn't fulfill the whole philosophy of their team. And that's going to kind of bite them in their ass down the line, because if kids don't really understand what Pochettino is actually preaching about or trying to implement at Spurs, it comes back to points. And if you're dropping points crucial time in the season, then you're definitely not going to finish in the top 3. And that's why when I did make my prediction a couple of weeks ago, I didn't count Spurs as finishing 3rd. I put Chelsea before Spurs because of inconsistency.
Well, speaking of the youth, I think when they sold Trippier to Atletico, now they're playing Kyle Walker-Peters at right back, which, he's young and inexperienced. But when you look at the Spurs team, I always think that Spurs overachieve because the players that they have and how they always on top, how they always in top 4 competition.
I don't think so. Listen, it's high time we stop saying that. They have amazing players. They have quality players. If you comparing Spurs to United, they're better than us.
Yes.
If you compare at this point to Chelsea, because they're world-class players.
And also they've been together for a long time.
There's no more there. If you compare it, aside the top 2 teams, I think they have the strongest squad.
Do you worry? Are you worried for Spurs? Because honestly, their first 3 games they haven't looked. They haven't won. They haven't been convincing, and they haven't played good teams. I mean, the City game was a good result. Is this a point to worry?
No, I don't think so. The reason is because
worry as in is this pattern where they can. I'm not saying to win the league, but can they be at risk of not finishing top?
I don't know. I think they'll still be.
So you haven't.
Do you know what? Listen. We talking about Man City and Liverpool. Mm-hmm. Let's take those 2 out. All of us, Chelsea, United, Spurs, Arsenal, we all don't look good. Chelsea looks promising. Chelsea is playing good, but it's still we all 4 points. Like
I mean, it's the beginning. But I always think the reason why I'm asking this. I'm gonna throw it to you after Yaga finishes. I'm like you're saying, you're looking for teams that are like, okay, we're gonna improve. And I know it's early, so it's hard to like talk about these things, but it doesn't look good when one of your best players are looking like Eriksen is looking like they're going off, and they might leave the club and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think the main problem with Spurs right now is basically Pochettino hasn't actually found his first 11 because they make some new signings.
Yeah.
So it's like it's very confusing because sometimes, like today, for instance, like last time he didn't start Lucas Moura, he brought him on, then he proved himself.
Yeah.
Like so, I think he hasn't found his first 11 yet. I'll be what I'm trying to say.
But can I interject really quickly though?
You definitely find that first 11.
Even let me say one more thing before you go, right? And I'm gonna say this issue with Eriksen. Eriksen didn't start again this game. I think the last 3 Premier League games he hasn't started. Like what's the deal there? What's going on with it? Evan,
There were rumors that he's leaving, but I don't know. And to Yaga's point, when you say that Pochettino hasn't really found the first 11, what do you really mean?
What do I mean by that?
The team has been playing together for like the past 4 seasons.
They played for a long time. They've played for. I'm talking about getting in new players to see. You have Song up front. You have Lucas Moura up front, right? Today, Song didn't start the previous game.
Yeah.
Today, Song played. But then he didn't have Eriksen, and then he brought in the new player, Selo or whatever his name is. Okay, so now it's like Ndombele didn't play today.
Yeah, what was up with that?
Yeah. I think he wasn't feeling good. So like the first 2 games, Ndombele was at the center of everything. Yeah. Now he didn't play, so he's lost him. So I just feel like don't figure it out. I mean, I think because if you take out the top 2 teams, okay, Chelsea looks good.
Yeah, but
aside that, I still.
Okay, so
3 games in.
You think that it's gonna be a whole bunch of inconsistent teams? That's why Spurs are gonna
exactly.
Okay, so it's just gonna be another.
It's gonna be the same thing.
Okay.
Because see, now look at this. If your players come back, right? Because it looks like Mount is gonna be in your first team.
We'll get there.
No. I'm just trying to say something. Because see, I don't think when Odoi and all those other people come in, it's gonna change anything like that. I think this is Lampard's team.
Okay.
So, but you guys are playing good.
But let's focus on because we're gonna move on to it. I know the Chelsea topic is exciting, and let's focus on Tottenham. So you don't think it's an issue?
I don't think.
And Eben, you don't think it's an issue?
No, he thinks it's an issue.
I think it's an issue because they're inconsistent.
Eben thinks it's an issue.
I mean, Eben stated from the beginning of the season that they wouldn't be top 3. So
I mean, I said they would make 4th. Okay.
No, I said they would be 3rd.
I said they were 3rd too.
Yeah. I don't see that changing.
No, okay. I don't see them 3rd.
Let's move on to another team that struggled, I guess. They struggle. No, let's go to the Liverpool Arsenal game. So let's start with Liverpool, right? So Liverpool, after their whatever, I think they have 100% record.
100%.
So I mean, they beat Arsenal 3-1. Is it impressive or is it Arsenal?
It's Arsenal. Like Arsenal. Listen, it's just Arsenal. I wish Fred was here today. It's just Arsenal.
I know. Like Fred, I really wanted Fred here so he can answer.
But let's give credit to where credit is due. Salah was amazing too. Salah was amazing. They were amazing yesterday. Come on, David Luiz, like no experience. You can't be making such mistakes. You know what I'm saying? You first of all, even to the 3rd goal, you know you're on yellow card.
Mm-hmm.
You don't bump into a player like that.
He's so erratic. Every time I see that, Evan, I'm like, I'm glad this guy.
I'm glad we let him go. I was crying within me, but I'm like, listen.
You want a yellow card for a silly mistake you made. Because now you know anything that happens in the 16-yard box, they'll check with VAR.
Yeah, why would you do that? Yeah, that was
you have so much experience.
And it was so blatant too. Like you could see him pulling the shirt.
And you know what he was saying? The interview, you know what he was saying?
What is it?
He doesn't think it just happened. And how can you say that? But I mean, I just felt like it was individual mistake. And then you're not Emery. You have to ease in paper.
Yeah, he had his tactics wrong.
You have to start Lacazette and Aubameyang. Ease in paper.
I hope I wanted Freddie so bad because as soon as I saw the lineup, I'm like, why is Torreira not starting and why is Xhaka starting?
Now you playing Xhaka Guendouzi.
And
you playing similar.
Ceballos,
you playing similar players.
Yeah,
and it doesn't work like that. And I mean, my team has, its own problems. But then, if you have these players at your disposal, why don't you play the guy who's the box-to-box guy, who's in Torreira, and then probably play Ceballos ahead? And I don't know why he plays Ceballos and Guendouzi.
You know what I think? Before I come to you, Evan, I always think that sometimes he has a lot of options, but he doesn't know what to do. Right? It looks like he can, because now he doesn't know where to put Pepe, because that Lacazette versus Aubameyang partnership is dangerous. But then if you play both of them, it seems like you can't play Pepe on the wing because you're going to take out another central midfielder and play two of them.
But then, the problem with him is, he had a chance where he could score.
Yeah.
But then you have to ease him into the game. Okay? Because you don't stop Pepe against Liverpool. Lacazette is the guy. Lacazette works hard.
Yeah.
Why don't you play Lacazette and
Yeah, but I always get that maybe if you play two strikers up top, you don't have enough cover in the midfield.
But Lacazette, he works hard.
Yeah.
He's not a lazy striker.
My biggest issue with him was, honestly, Evan, my biggest issue is I don't understand why he's playing he's not playing Torreira and he has Xhaka. That Xhaka Guendouzi combination just does not work.
It doesn't work.
That Xhaka with anybody does not work. Evan, what happened? Yeah.
I think we've already had this conversation. I don't know, like most of the stuff we discussed pre-season into this actual season manifesting itself is what's happening.
Yeah.
We mentioned that Arsenal is a team that needs a solid defensive midfielder. Isn't that what we said?
Yeah.
And it's basically transpiring by itself right now. So the partnership between what's his name, Xhaka and that guy, I don't know. I feel like Arsenal, they have too many options when it comes to attacking, but in order to kill the game in terms of defensive end, they lack that option.
Well, also,
why is that?
I don't know why they haven't. That left back that they signed. I don't know what's going on. Why he's not starting? And why is Nacho Monreal?
How are you playing Nacho Monreal? How?
I don't know.
See, my team has its own problems.
Yeah. No, but we're talking about them when we get to. I don't know what is. I mean, I know Bellerin is he still injured?
He's back, but no,
he's back in training, so he should be back
100%.
soon. Yeah, but still, I don't know. The Tierney guy, both of us saying he looked like a good player. I don't know what's going on with him. Was he even on the bench? I'm not sure.
Nah, he was on the bench.
He was on the bench. So if he's on the bench, but okay, so I'm guessing that he doesn't want him to play in the big game but then he can do that against Pepe.
But why you play? But why? Okay, then you're contradicting yourself, right? Because you don't want to play the guy in the big game, but you're playing the new player in the big game. It doesn't work like that. Whereby you have, like I said, who plays great against big teams.
Yeah.
And for all you know, Aubameyang doesn't perform when it comes to the big six.
Yeah, usually he does. You can't even get the ball, really.
You know what I'm saying? Because just imagine, outside of this big six, he's played 38 games, scored 31 goals.
Yeah.
So it tells you that he scores against the lower team.
Yeah, because you get more of the ball and you get more.
But then Lacazette scores against big teams. So why would you bench Lacazette and then play Pepe, who is now, getting used to the Premier League?
Yeah.
You don't do that.
He looks good though.
He got what, 50 dribbles against Van Dijk?
Yeah.
But listen, we're not counting dribblings over here.
No, but he looks like a very dangerous player.
Okay, but there, what happened?
He missed his chance.
Exactly.
He missed his chance. But I mean,
now he looks good. Of course, he looks good. I'm not.
He looks like he's a player. Okay, so United, right?
Can you just listen? Can you just turn it over to Yaga to explain everything to us?
That's what I'm actually saying. So United started the season off amazingly. We had an episode about it where you guys 4-0, right?
Yeah.
And then you play against
Wolves.
You play against Wolves, which is a tough game.
Yeah,
but you were playing away.
Away.
So it's not a bad result.
Now it is a bad result. We could have won the game.
You could have won. No, you could have won the game, man. Before the game,
eliminate the key word.
If I had told you that you're gonna tie a Wolves, you would have been like, you know what, I'll take it.
Now, prior to the game, I told them we were gonna lose.
Okay, so you should be.
But then, whilst I was watching, we played. I was surprised. We played well. Did you watch the game?
I did.
We played well.
But you tied it.
That's the problem.
That was an amazing goal too. So that was the Ruben Neves goal.
Oh my God.
So that's not even okay. So then you guys tie against Wolves, and then you played yesterday. Today's Sunday. Yesterday against Crystal Palace. Mm-hmm. Jordan Ayew, Ghana #1 striker, scored the first goal. You know, you tie it up. James takes his goal incredibly well.
Great goal.
Rashford misses his penalty. And then in the 90th minute, I do not understand how a left back was able to get in there and what is De Gea doing.
Okay. So now, first of all, I guess when James scored the goal, we felt like
that's right. Mm-hmm.
We felt like we could have won the game.
Yeah.
So now we're pushing up. Pushing up. And then we left it open and De Gea, come on, you should have saved that. You should have saved
it. Like the goalkeeper that he was, he's looking
he's not looking the same.
Near post, De Gea would save the goal. He saves goals that he has no business saving. Yeah. And now he's getting beat by near post by left back.
I mean, he should have saved it. But then now the issue here is with the penalty takers, right? So then we people were bashing Pogba. People were bashing Pogba for missing. Now, how sure are we that if Rashford had taken that penalty on Monday, he would have scored?
I honestly, right, the only thing I'll say about this, even before we go, the only thing I'll say about this is Rashford is a good penalty taker.
He missed it.
No, but he's a good, like, on the team.
But you can't tell me that. The problem here is because people are blaming Pogba instead of giving credit to Rui Patricio. The penalty he played was a great penalty.
No, Pogba's penalty was not good.
It was good.
Stop it. Y'all got to stop it. It was the perfect, like, if you ask a goalkeeper, it wasn't in the corner. It wasn't on the
straight up.
No, but it was.
No. It was straight up. He didn't take his time. Let
me tell you how you know a penalty.
So wasn't it a great save?
It wasn't a great save. Let me tell you why. It wasn't a great save? Let me tell you why, Yaga. When you're taking a penalty, right, the hardest places for a goalkeeper to get to is on the floor, in the corner, or up top. If you put it in the mid-range, that's the easiest because it's quicker to get here. Like if I'm diving for a goal, it's quicker to get here than to get down.
So my question is, wasn't it a good
It wasn't a good penalty.
No, it wasn't a good save?
It wasn't, I mean, it's a good save, but it wasn't a good penalty. I think Griezmann just scored. We're watching the game and Griezmann just tied it against Barcelona. It wasn't a great penalty where, like the way you're saying it. Rashford's penalty was actually very good. It's just that he just pushed it to left.
Okay, he missed it.
Right?
So now the problem is,
who would you have? Martial? Who would you have as your penalty take?
Pogba.
Pogba is your penalty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what I can see? He was our top scorer last season. He scored most penalties. Yeah. Rashford just started.
Well, technically no. He didn't score a lot because he played. I think he missed 9.
Last season we had a lot of penalties,
but he missed 9.
He missed 9 and he scored 6.
Yeah, but that's how come he was our top scorer last season.
But he scored 6.
Yeah,
and he missed 9. That's a bad ratio.
But I'm saying, listen,
that's like 66%.
But okay, now Rashford has missed. What shows that he's not going to miss the penalty?
No, but
problem.
Can I say something before you go? I saw a statistic where Rashford hasn't missed a penalty in, like, this was his first miss in like 10 or whatever.
Because he's not played a lot of penalties.
My first question to Yaga is, why don't your team have a designated penalty kicker, whereby when you guys have a penalty kick, it's like chaos. It's like total confusion.
It's really nice.
Look, this is the look on your players. Whenever you guys get a penalty.
No, that's not what happens. See,
I can
no.
Go and watch the Wolves game. Go and watch the Wolves.
Whoever wins the penalty takes it.
No.
So we got a bush league.
No, listen. With the Wolves game, Rashford, I don't know why people are bashing Pogba, calling him selfish. Rashford didn't have any issue with Pogba taking the penalty.
Yeah.
So it's clearly, Solskjaer said that it's among the two of them, which is, first of all, some BS. Okay? As a coach, you choose your player. If you can't tell me that you have two players taking penalties.
That's a worry, though.
But that's what he's saying. So, first of all, you're not even stamping on authority in the team. Because you're saying,
anybody
Pogba and Rashford are my penalty takers. No. It's either Rashford or Pogba.
Yeah.
So if you're saying that, what can I say as a supporter? Because now clearly you're showing me that you have no authority in the team.
But you have more confidence in Pogba.
No. Rashford takes good penalties. I'm just saying at this point in time, he's missed it. And you could tell, I think he's going to be more affected as compared to Pogba.
You know what? Because the way Pogba takes his penalties, right? The way Pogba takes
he didn't even do the juggle.
Yeah, like I think
he was in a rush.
He's been figured out, hasn't he?
No.
He's been figured out because
he actually didn't even do the juggle thing. He just played it.
He never used to miss, and then now I think lately he's been missing.
No, because I understand why Pogba wanted to take the penalty. It was a good build-up. He got kicked. He won the penalty.
That's what I was telling Ibn about. It seems like the person who won it takes it because in the Chelsea game, right? When when Rashford won the penalty, he took it, right? And then Pogba wins the penalty, he's taking it.
That's what I'm saying. So because there's no authority in the team. And now, yesterday, for instance, when Martial won it, he wanted to take it. And then he was like, oh shit, let me give it I'm sorry.
There's no leadership, is it? There's no leadership on the field, and there's no leadership in the
and then if you watch yesterday's game, right? Ashley Young, oh my God. He came on.
Yeah, this spun him around a lot of times, man.
There was a free kick. Yeah. Now, Maguire seems like the leader of the team. So Ashley Young wanted to play the penalty. He was like, no, Lindelof, play it to me. That's what Maguire. This is their game. So he's showing leadership. I think I like that because we all know Ashley Young is not good. Okay,
he wasn't bad when he came on. He wasn't bad. He was not bad.
He was all over the ground.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
At least he's
and we don't have options. There's no the team looks so thin.
I told you this.
Now I know that.
Yeah, I told you this. You can't afford to lose Alexis. You can't afford to because when you need a goal and you bring it on Greenwood, that is not gonna come.
No. But Alexis
and Lingard is dead.
I don't even know what he's doing in the team. I've been talking about Lingard this way. You're like, oh, he scores some big games.
Oh, he's a big game
player.
What is he? He plays well against Arsenal.
The last time he scored a goal was in December against
Arsenal. He's Arsenal.
And you want to attack me further? Come on. I don't know. Listen, you have to stop this homegrown players, British players. No disrespect. Stop that thing. Now you guys want to sign Madison for £98 million. Yeah. Stop these homegrown players and look for quality players. Alexis, the reason why we don't play him because that guy costs us a lot of money. If he's on the bench, if he's on the bench, you know how much you're paying?
Yeah.
So when it comes to, he's not going to do anything. Yeah. He's done with United. He can't play for United. If you go to a different team, I think he would perform. United, I don't think he could.
So you would sell him?
No, sell him. I mean, loan. So
you would loan him?
Yeah, because we're losing money.
Yeah, but you need him.
We don't need him because when he comes in, he's not.
No, he hasn't been.
He's dead.
Before Ibn Eagle, is he a better player coming on than Greenwood? Come on.
That's exactly what I was going to ask him. That's exactly what I was going to ask him. Because you guys don't...
That's coming on is Greenwood.
Let me be honest with you. It's sad to say this, but I don't believe in Alexis anymore.
Give him another chance. I just think...
So if I offer Alexis for you guys, no.
But listen,
you take it.
If we didn't have players... No. Because right now we have a lot of players. The only reason why I'm saying you guys keep him, I'm not saying keep him because you have a lot of options. You guys do not have a lot of options.
But then he's not even playing him. So I think it's pressure from the ball. He's not even playing him. Because if you have Alexis, that's what I'm saying. He's played. He's not even in the squad.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If you're not going to
because they claim he's back for the dressing room, he was fighting with Greenwood and all that.
If you're not going to play him, you should have sold him a long time ago. Use that money to sign somebody.
Nobody wants to buy Alexis at this point. Now,
nobody wants to loan him?
Inter wants to pay half of the money. He's on £500,000. It's a lot of money. Nobody will pay that on for loan. So now if we let him go, because Inter wants to pay like £200,000.
But you're
still going to lose. We have to pay the $300,000.
But Yaga, if he doesn't go to Inter, you're still paying his $500K.
Okay, but I think they're being difficult because they know some of the companies.
Okay, so it's like I'm much rather pay $300K or $250K for a player than pay $500K to use them.
No. It sounds crazy, but I'd rather pay the $500 because I know he's my player. Why would
you use him? Though?
I'm not going to use him, but I'd rather pay that. Listen, if he goes to Inter Milan, right? I think he's gonna perform over there.
Okay.
And they pay me $200, and I'm paying the $300 for him.
No.
I'd rather have him on my team.
No.
And pay him and sit on the bench.
Before you go ahead, man, it doesn't make any sense.
That makes sense.
Right? If he goes to Inter and he plays well,
he's gonna perform.
His value is gonna go back up when he's gonna be sold.
Inter wouldn't sign him.
No, but somebody would.
I don't think so.
Come on, if Alexis goes and performs, so you think it does no more?
He's always gonna perform under Conte because Conte knows how to use his players in defense. He's always wanted Sanchez. I don't know because the team looks so thin.
Yeah, pretty much what I was going to say earlier is what you just asked Diago to elaborate on. But I still think that if I was in Ole's shoes, I would rather prefer to have options than to have like a
guy
team. Because honestly speaking, up front, God forbid, assuming that Martial or Rashford gets injured.
Yeah, one of them will get definitely.
Yeah, who's gonna come and Greenwood? And he's not. You can't tell me that you much rather have Lingard playing than Alexis.
Ooh, Lingard.
Exactly. So I don't know why you.
But that's the problem. I'm trying to figure out why Lingard is in the team, but they're not Sanchez.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying too.
But because if Lingard doesn't offer anything, I'd rather want Alexis on the pitch because he's getting paid huge amount of money, right? I'd rather want him on the pitch. For him to get tired a little bit, for him to know that, okay, at least I'm paying this player.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, yeah.
Is zero.
And I always think you at least give the guy a chance. I know he's had a bad season. Give him a chance.
See, that's if I was a coach.
Yeah.
Alexis is the experience counts.
The only time that I would say like, okay, if you had like players, if you had options, if you had like Chelsea, we have a lot of all these wingers and stuff. Then I would understand it. You have nobody.
And it's sad. We didn't want to meet this guy's wages demand under Herrera.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have a defensive.
Yeah, it's bad.
How you playing?
You got too much Tomine, yeah.
Like he looks exciting, he looks promising, but
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You playing with Tomine and Pogba. Now Matic is up because now you don't play Matic because.
Yeah, what's up with that?
And he doesn't look good. Ask Adrian. Matic doesn't look good. Please.
Oh, but Fred is coming.
He's not the same player anymore.
I be Fred is coming in.
Wait. What?
But I heard something about he got married and then
he's not even good. He's also not good.
Right. He's not good. You got a lot of dead players.
I don't know. Like you guys sign players just to sign, like
because Mourinho made those signings.
So now what is the future?
Mourinho wanted
he made those signings.
Mourinho wanted Fernandinho. You gave him Fred because you only have money for Fred.
No. Mourinho wanted Fred. He wanted Fred. He got what he wanted. Yeah. Okay. But I don't know. We started to see. The funny thing is, these games that we dropped points, we could have won.
I know.
Too bad. You don't have.
Now I'm thinking about it. If we can win against, Wolves is a difficult team.
Sometimes like Wolves a bad
top
time.
Team. Yeah. You wanted Torino 1-3-2. They look good.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace, I understand. Okay, they've been winning.
They're bad. No. Crystal Palace is a bad team. They look like they could be relegated this season. That team is dead.
It's dead, but we all know they've been winning big away teams. Come on now. You have to give them that credit. They know how to play. Roy Hodgson is the only coach who's won against the top 6 teams away. Don't say he won against you. He won against you.
When did he beat us?
2 seasons ago, won at Stamford Bridge, 2-1. Check it.
Against Crystal Palace? Crystal Palace beat us?
Yeah. They won against City last season.
Actually, last season, 2 seasons ago, we used to lose to anybody. So.
That's what you're going to say. But it is what it is, and I don't know.
Okay. So the last, if I'm going to start with you, speaking of Chelsea, when we played United, we did not look good. We went to the Super Cup.
No, you look good, please.
We did not. I'm sorry. If you lose 4-0, you don't look good.
We
look good.
Attacking wise, But overall, it was just bad.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to the Super Cup. We lose on penalties against Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
Bad. We played very good. That's the game that I thought we played well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we come back to Premier League play against Leicester. I tell you, the first 30 minutes, I was confused. Was it Man City playing or was it Chelsea? We looked so good in that Leicester game in the first half. And then second half, everything just went downhill.
Leicester should have won that game.
Because Lampard's game management is something that he has to work on. Now we come again, we tie one with Leicester. Then yesterday we played against Norwich, a hot team. And Norwich is hot. Pookie is scoring goals left and right, right?
He has more goals against us.
He's on my fantasy team, so I'm sure I called it.
Really?
So it's, yeah, he
has 4 goals, right?
Yeah, he has 4 goals.
He has 5 goals.
Chelsea scores. We score first. They tie it. We score again to make it 2-1. They tie again. And then we finally got a third goal to win. Evan, we got to defend better because we lost.
Oh, didn't I tell y'all this already? Like during preseason, some goals that we do concede doesn't make any sense. And
Rudiger is coming.
That's my.
I hope when he comes and you guys still concede, like, oh, then we need to get the season. No. I'm just waiting for that.
Go ahead.
Go, finish.
The way we're playing it, like attacking wise, we're looking good. But
we look amazing, not good. Bro, we look amazing. I'm not gonna lie.
But the problem is the liability right now is defending. Right back. Look, I love Ashley Queta. He's a great, captain. He's a great leader for the team. But I think he's done. He's worn out. He's worn out.
Last time you said he's not.
Yeah.
No.
Like, if you look at most of the goals that he's scored against Chelsea, from Manchester United game up till yesterday's game, most of the goals starts from the right side. He's always chasing. He's always after the ball. So I feel like once Reece James comes back, we should at least swap in between like certain games. Like obviously, if it's like a big game like City game, Liverpool game, fine. You can take the risk of starting Ashley Queta and then substitute Reece in or whatever you feel like works best. I also think that with the center back position, this is before I even say that, is either we move Ashley Queta into the middle and then put Reece James right back.
That's what I was going to say.
Correct. Put Reece James right back, and then probably Zuma or Christensen, one of them got to go on the bench. Because the partnership between Zuma and Christensen, I really don't know what's going on. Like, I feel like they don't really talk a lot. It's like always ball watching. Like yesterday, they caught Zuma ball watching twice.
Yeah.
I saw it. He was like ball watching a lot.
Yeah, Pookie was running in behind him all the time, all day. That's that goal that Pookie scored was just he's
faster like that.
That's his problem. Athletically, he's an athlete, but his position is terrible. The one thing I'll say about that Aspliqueta thing though, before I let y'all go, I do not think Aspliqueta has lost it. I just think that the shape that we're playing, he's isolated. He's very isolated. And if you notice, he's a defensive right back, right? And being a defensive right back, we don't really attack on the right. We always attack on the left side. So when the ball is switched, the team is shifted on the left. Right? We do not have somebody that's going to stop balls from coming in, because if Kante is not there, we're shot. Because Jorginho, the first goal that Norwich saw, Jorginho could not tackle to save his. He's a good player technically. Yep. He's not a good – he can't win the ball. So when we attack on the left side and the ball is switched on the right side, he seems very isolated. Now, Aspliqueta can play at center back because he played in a 3 for Conte on the right side of center back. But I don't know how that works, because playing in the 3, right, if you play in the 3 center back pairing on the right side, it's a big difference playing in the 2, right? Because you always have cover. So I'm not sure how that would work, but it's something that I'm willing to experiment, because at this point we don't have outside of Rudiger, we don't have a center back that deserves to start, right? Rudiger can help us. Rudiger can help organize it, because if you have a center back that can organize players, he can have players in the right position and all that stuff. we can try Aspilicueta there. Reece James can come in, but we need to pump the brakes on Reece James. Like, we have to see how this guy's also going to play because he hasn't played Premier League ball. He played in the championship and he looked good. So let's not put all our hopes and dreams into Reece James coming in and lock down. I hope he comes in and locks it down and he's an excellent player. But let's try to like ease these players in. I still think Aspilicueta can play. I still think that Rudiger can help our issues. If Rudiger comes and we're still conceding goals, then we're dead. Because that's the only thing we're hanging our head on, is that we're hoping that Rudiger can come in and organize the backline. So, but attacking-wise, like you were saying, we look right. Mason Mount looks like he's going to be tearing up this league for a long time. Lampard was right about Mason Mount because he just fits. He can play on the wing. He can play in the hole as a number 10. Technically, he's excellent. His finishing is excellent. And he can finish with the best of them. He put his faith into Tammy Abraham. He didn't look good the first 3 games that he played, or 2 games or whatever, especially in the Super Cup when he lost the penalty. He comes in and he scores 2 goals. Great boost for his confidence. He's playing the youth just like we wanted, but now it seems like they're starting to gel, and I think that we're gonna keep going up unless we lose again, and then I guess.
Which I don't foresee happening though. I feel like with the next games coming up in our fixture, I think we should be okay, you know, till we play, I think, Liverpool in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So yeah, we should be able to pick up some points from now before that Liverpool game, because again, right now in terms of like attacking wise, we have Tammy Abraham, and I think he's doing all right. I also feel like Batshuayi also deserves his chance to play first team football because he hasn't really like gotten the chance yet. And
yeah, but he won't get the chance if Tammy Abraham is scoring like that, right? We play Sheffield next and then Wolves after that.
So I feel like those games definitely is granted that Tammy Abraham is going to start both games. But then I still think to be fair to Batman, we should include him in some of them. Yeah, I think we should do that.
Yeah, hopefully we can save our season.
Yeah.
All right, so Yago, what do you think?
I mean, Mason Mount, yeah, he looks good. I think I was actually thinking Bakken was going to be the guy.
I thought so too.
Yeah, but then
everybody thought so. Yeah,
it looks like Mount is the guy. I think it's very promising. This guy's goals he scored yesterday, incredible.
Yeah.
Striker's goal.
Like, even the Super Cup, the offside one that it didn't count. He took his
Yeah, so Tammy Abraham. I'm talking about Tammy Abraham as well.
Like, okay,
yeah. It's a real striker's goal.
Yeah, the second goal.
I think I should say that was, confidence. And then, it been said because I think I have Lampard say that you guys need Batshuayi, right? So hopefully he gives him the chance he deserves.
I don't know why he's not playing.
I mean, I think he's a good striker. So, but then you guys have options even up front because when the game is probably tied, you could bring in Jude and play air balls. So I think you guys are looking okay.
We have players coming in.
Defensively, I mean, I don't think Rudiger will change much. Rudiger's a great, excellent defender. But then the problem still is with Christensen and Zuma.
Well, they won't be playing together.
If you pair Rudiger with any of them,
I don't even know who's.
The awareness level is at a zero.
No, Zuma's is even worse.
Like they don't look like, I don't know if you have a clinical striker like Pookie is, it's also going to be a problem. Because now let's say if you have Rudiger back, who is not marking Pookie or whatever it is, because they know Rudiger is an excellent world-class defender. So they will definitely be on the guy they feel like it's not, which is either Christensen or Zuma. As you said, physically he's strong.
Yeah. But his awareness.
You need more than that.
And he's had this. I'm telling you, he's had this issue. Like he's been doing well technically on the ball. He's improved, but he's had his issue since he came into Chelsea. If he sees the ball, if things are in front of him, he can take care of it. But when balls are coming in, he doesn't. His decision making isn't there.
But then Chelsea looks good. You just need 1 or 2 signings when the transfer ban is over, and you still be the top team that we know Chelsea be.
Yeah,
you still have options. Their players are coming in, back in.
Yeah. That's
so it's like your team looks good. I mean, not on the level of Liverpool and City.
No,
it still looks good as compared to other teams that
you gotta be
like we don't even know what is going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you guys look good, and this guy is getting.
When you say other teams, you gotta be specific. You gotta
What you say?
I said when you say other teams are not looking.
United.
Yeah.
United is in shambles right now. So I mean, that's up to them to actually, figure it out.
The exciting thing about what we're doing right now is the way that we're attacking. Attacking football is excellent. I mean, we haven't had that in a long time because we had a lot of boring football come through with these managers, right? Attacking wise, the fact that we're doing it without some other players coming in. Because if Loftus-Cheek comes in, that's another great attacking player.
When he comes in,
I don't know.
Who's he going to replace?
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Jorginho, but
Jorginho's probably a good player.
He's a good player.
Defensively, he's not.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I'm not sure if, depending on what Lampard wants to play, because it seems like Lampard can play. He seems like he can play anywhere except for the anchor position. He can't play as a center mid. He has to play defensive mid, or else he is.
Who has to play defensive midfield?
Jorginho as an anchor, right?
Defensive midfield?
Yeah. No. So his role as a defensive midfield is a deep line playmaker. It's not a person who's a destroyer, right? Mm-hmm. So his defensive midfield he's there to distribute. He's always there to distribute. Excellent. Yeah. But as a defensive midfielder, you would need to attack because when Kante and Kovacic are playing, they're on the right and the left side of center mid. If he's playing defensive midfielder, it's all good and well to be able to ding balls left and right, but you also got to be able to defend. I'm telling you, that first goal against Norwich, this guy he's trying to win a tackle, and he's just not. It's just not his strong suit. So, I mean,
and is this guy back, Willian?
Willian is back. Okay, yeah.
So now I want to ask you a simple question. If Odoi comes, I don't think Mount is going to go to the bench. That guy
Mount is not going to the bench.
So who's sitting down?
Willian, I'm telling you, Lampard is playing these kids, man.
Lampard. So wait, you really have Willian? You really have Odoi over Willian?
I play on merit. Whoever, right now, Pedro is ahead of Willian. You know that.
Pedro is Pedro.
Exactly. Pedro is ahead of Willian. Mount is ahead of Willian.
Jeff.
So,
I have a question.
Willian is Willian.
Yeah, but both of them are playing better than him right now.
Yeah, but Willian is Willian.
Yeah, but you play on merit. Evan, what do you think?
So yeah, I agree with that. But wasn't this awkward yesterday when the team sheet came out? They had Pedro listed, and then all of a sudden they had Ross back. We are playing, and they had Pedro, and they understand. Like
he got injured. He got injured.
Doing warm up.
Doing warm ups. That's why he didn't play. Yeah.
I'm like, this is awkward.
Yeah. He was gonna start, and he pulled something during warm up, so that's why they have to change up. No, it's not any infighting going on. Okay, so no, but with the William thing, you always play the player in form, right?
Okay, but how sure are we that Odoi is going to be in form again?
No, but it's not even Odoi. Odoi is not even. I'm telling you, Pedro and Mount and Pulisic. These three players are performing, and I don't think Lampard is the type of coach that I think he prefers youth, and also he prefers whoever is playing well, he's going to play, well, right? Yeah, so it's William right now, the last two games he played, he came on for a sub. He doesn't play bit by bit, and I don't see him starting anytime soon until the players' form start to dip.
I mean, Mount looks good. Pulisic looks good.
Yeah, Pedro looks amazing.
Now, Pedro is Pedro.
Yeah, so, I mean, William has to wait for his chance. Okay, so we're going to end this episode on transfer rumors. There are two things that we're going to talk about real quick. Coutinho went to Bayern, right? We were speculating, and you didn't think he was going to be able to go to, PSG because he doesn't want to go.
I knew it wasn't going to happen, yeah.
I predicted that he could go to Bayern, and he said Bayern doesn't spend, but we never talked about loan.
Loan, okay.
Yeah. So
I didn't know the loan would happen smoothly like that.
I didn't even think it was good signing, yeah?
Yeah, good signing, but too many midfielders for that team.
But again, they still play.
It's good to have options, but then you have too many options.
I think he's going to play on left because Robin
He came on as a sub yesterday. He looked okay.
He's gonna play on the left. Most likely, he's gonna play on the left. Oh, Griezmann scored again. Okay, see, he's gonna play on the left.
I told him Griezmann he's gonna score 3 today. I told him.
Right.
Let me keep quiet.
I'm not even gonna cover that because Yaga does that all the time.
He's gonna be out here
like I'm not the guy that told him that Griezmann is gonna put up the same numbers as Neymar, but that's another discussion for another day. So, what were we talking about before I lost?
What are we talking about? I'm low.
You talk about
Coutinho will be on the left side, which Robin and Ribéry retired. Robin retired, and then Ribéry left with the team. So, I mean, it's a good player to have because the first game that they lost in the Bundesliga, they need some excitement, and I think he's going to provide that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good signing for them. I mean, it's always good to bring in quality players. Yeah. And Coutinho is a quality player. The fact that they work for him
Barcelona, he's an excellent player. Yeah,
a quality player. So of course, it's good.
You like Coutinho at Bayern?
Yeah. I like him at Bayern because again, he gives them options, especially them competing in the Champions League. We always know that Bayern is a team that always try to go as far in the Champions League. So I like to see him there. I feel like it gives him much more chance to to reflect on himself. There's not much more pressure playing in the Bundesliga anyway. Yeah. So I think that's
a lot of freedom, right? He's gonna be He seems like he's gonna be the guy, the main attacking outlet so he's gonna get more chance. There's no Messi, there's no other players that's gonna be, I guess, taking all the attention. Good for him. So last thing that we're gonna say is the Neymar saga, right? Is Neymar, and simple question, is Neymar going to be transferred this summer at least? Is he going to go anywhere? Because from the beginning of the summer, I told you guys that this guy is not going to go anywhere because the optics of it does not make sense. We thought he was going to go to Real Madrid. He's going to go. And I'm like, this guy isn't going to go anywhere. Is Neymar ever going to get this transfer with, a week left in the transfer window?
Is a week left?
Yeah. Do you think it's going to happen?
No, I don't see anything happening.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because see, Barca, right? Barca came up with, I think, 150. And PSG.
These are all the rumors, though. I don't believe that.
Yeah, but then, because see, clearly they don't want him at PSG. After the fans came out and said, "Oh, all those bad things to him," they clearly don't want him.
And he doesn't even want to be there.
Exactly. But then they don't want him to go. They don't want him to go for free.
Yeah, because they spend the war record on him.
220 million, whatever, on him. So it depends on the team which has the money to pay. And as it look like,
how many teams in the world can actually, one, are big enough for him to play there, and two, because obviously he's not going to go to a team where he's going to be helping get top 4, like hoping to win the league. He's trying to win Champions League, so his name could be up there with the Neymar. With the Ronaldos and the Messis, right? Mm-hmm. Evan, is this guy ever gonna get?
No, I wanted to say this before Evan.
Okay, go ahead.
It looks like he might stay, but then Juventus looks possible. You know why?
They don't have to wait.
They don't want Dybala, and Dybala said if he's gonna go anywhere, it's PSG.
Okay.
So that looks like
he was on the bench yesterday too.
They don't want him. So I think PSG is one of the teams that don't have issues paying for image rights and all that. And that was a situation with Spurs and United. Mm-hmm. So it could happen.
Do you think it's gonna happen?
I mean, I don't
because
think it's happen.
The one thing I don't want Yaga is
they really don't.
Before you finish, Yaga loves doing this, and I'm gonna tell all the viewers, right? He loves putting stuff out there. And then when it happens, he'd be like, I told you. But when it doesn't happen, he'd be like, well, I told you it wasn't going to happen, but it just put it out there. That's what you love doing. Like, what's going to happen or not? Because you set a lot of scenarios. I remember when Yaga was breaking it down, he's like, oh, when you sell Isco and you maybe sell.
You're going to add this too much
money.
This time.
Sound like an accountant.
Wasn't this guy Bill on the verge of leaving? Now, so now realizes that he needs him. So that changes everything. These things happen at a fast pace. It could change anytime. But if Dybala goes to PSG, it's a possibility. It's a huge.
Well, if he goes to PSG, definitely Neymar is going to go.
Exactly.
But these are all rumors. I don't know.
These are all rumors. Exactly. It could happen. If it happens, that's good.
Probably January transfer. We'll find out, but I don't.
Do you think it's
when he stays, they wouldn't play him. He doesn't want to be there.
I think if he doesn't get offers, he's going to end up playing.
Playing?
Yeah.
If I'm them, I'm not playing. After what they did,
he's going to, well,
and he better not miss a chance then.
No, he's going to end up playing because for him, he has to play.
But then he better not miss a chance because now the fans will just go ahead. I don't know, but if I'm Neymar, if I have the money already been paid, I'd probably call Madrid and like, hey, please, I have 50 million. Can you add something to it?
It don't work like that. It don't work like that in football.
They don't want him.
But you think he's ever gonna, or not ever? Is he gonna leave this summer?
No, it's not. It's not gonna happen. And even if it happens, it's not gonna be in any of the top leagues that we know of. It's gonna be probably the Chinese league.
He's not going to go to China.
Yeah,
if it's a concern, if it's a discussion purely about funds or wages, it's going to be China.
Yeah, but he's not going to leave to go to China when he can stay PSG and make that same amount.
That's what I'm saying. If that's up to him. If he's not willing to play for PSG no longer, and he's looking to have the same wages paid to him, then the only way, because I don't see Juve paying that, cash on Neymar. I don't see any.
They don't seem like a team that likes to spend that kind of.
They recruit.
Now that they could do it,
Yeah,
they won the Champions
Ronaldo.
League. Because see, if I'm Juventus, right, and I could make this Dybala deal happen, I'll make it happen. You know why? Because you only have 2-3 years in Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
No, I don't believe that. I do not believe Ronaldo could play another 5-7.
At the top level?
I'm telling you, I do not think Ronaldo the way that
No,
not at the top level, but
yesterday I watched the game.
Yeah, he looks
like good.
He
No, he looks good. He scored a good goal in Clip. It's outside.
I know that guy's a machine, man.
So, but then I'm just saying, at the top, because they want to win the Champions League so bad.
So you think they're gonna risk it?
If they want to win it, because if they want to win it, because at most you get 2-3 years on at the top. Okay, this is the time. Because if Dybala doesn't go, then I can see Juve needs more than Ronaldo. If they bring their money, the Champions League is a possibility. If not, I don't think so. And you have a chance to do that because Dybala can play the Sarri system. He can play. Let's. I don't know.
I didn't. Did you in the Juventus game? I'm interested to see. Did you watch it?
I want the full.
Did they look? The Sarri ball look good?
Sarri wanted them to play one-touch football.
Yeah.
They do perfect.
They only won 1-0.
Yeah, 1-0 because they had a lot of chances. Ronaldo missed the chances. He scored a goal. It was choked. But they look good. And they didn't play any of the new play. They didn't start any of them.
Yeah, because I saw the but like we were saying, we don't want to add that. I don't think the league will be a automatic starter. I think they're gonna try to ease him in until maybe.
I was thinking Rabiot came in later on.
Ramsey.
Yeah.
Okay, so none of us think that I guess Neymar is gonna go anywhere. So. Right, Yaga. Let me get this one.
No.
Is Neymar gonna go anywhere or not? Is he gonna go or not?
It's only gonna happen when Dybala goes.
Hey, I'm quoting. All right.
This guy.
All right. So that's our episode. This is episode 4. We try to preview the last 2 weeks of the season. I guess United looks like they're on the downhill trend.
Crystal Palace.
Glory United.
I like Crystal Palace.
Wait. Before you guys say anything, do you guys know I'm 5th on the table? You guys are 14th. You do know that?
We're still on the same points, right?
Okay, do you know that?
It don't matter. We're still on the same.
It does.
It don't matter.
Top 10. You're not even in top 10.
It don't matter.
I'm laughing at
the same point.
Okay. All right. So that's our episode. Evan, you have any last words before we sign out?
Nah, guys, just keep following us, share with your friends.
Yeah.
Just share your feedbacks, comments, let us know what you guys think.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, guys.
By the way, Jeff, sorry to cut you off. Do you by any chance have this stand-in for the what you call it, the fantasy FPL?
Oh, next episode we can because it's still early in the season. Yeah, the teams. I'm still trying to get my points from Pookie. It hasn't come in yet. So when it comes in. So I guess signing out from me, from Yaga in studio, from Ibn, from speaking on campus. I think he's in school. I don't even think this guy's in school.
I'm in school.
I don't believe it.
I'm in my apartment, actually.
All right. So thank you guys for watching. Signing out.
Bye.